Welcome to another session of whiteboard videos. Today we'll see the 3 steps to make decisioning using data a habit in your organization. A survey by IDC found that organizations with a culture of data-driven decisions increase profits by 8%. But only 19% of organizations manage to establish a data-driven culture, found another survey. Building a habit of decisioning with data is tough. What are some tips? We can learn from an interesting case study from personal hygiene. It was the early 1900s. Most people in the US weren't brushing their teeth then. Despite toothbrushes having been invented about 100 years earlier, it wasn't a habit. Pepsodent was one of those toothpaste makers which was struggling to sell. They hired a brilliant marketer, Claude Hopkins. Hopkins studied human behavior and found that a thin film formed on the teeth every morning. He equated that to off color and a poor smile. That was the cue, and he suggested the routine of toothbrushing. When you brush your teeth, you get the reward of a brilliant smile by getting rid of the film. This was the habit loop he proposed, and there was a craving which was introduced into the picture unintentionally. There was a chemical in the toothpaste which created a tingling sensation. People started associating the tingling sensation with the reward of a brilliant smile. Anytime they skipped to brush their teeth, they missed the tingling sensation, and hence they were brought back into the habit loop and they went ahead and completed their routine. Soon after this ad went live, the sales of Pepsodent toothpaste exploded, and toothbrushing in the US population jumped up from 7% to over 65%. Great story, but what can we learn for data-driven decisions? We apply the same principles and create a data habit loop. Identify the cue. Poor judgment clouded by the numerous cognitive biases when you act from the gut. This leads to poor decisions and failed businesses. Though not as compelling as a poor smile, this will do as a cue. Identify a routine. How do you challenge your gut feel by adopting insights and data stories for your day-to-day decision making? And then you reward them with intrinsic reward of feeling aligned with the organizational direction, and an extrinsic reward of incentives for the best use of data. You reinforce this data habit loop with inspirational leadership that walks the talk and celebrates the successes to build momentum. This leads to increased adoption, improved revenue, and reduced costs. Setting habits takes time and the rewards appear little later, but remind people that getting 1% better every single day for a year, they will end up 37 times better by the end of the year. That's the power of compound interest. What do you think about the data habit loop? How do we leave people with a tingling sensation every time they use data right? Do share in the comments. Hope you found this session useful. Thank you.